we go. So, yeah, laptop went kaput today. I mean, it didn't actually die, but, the browser that I use to go live is not working, and I need a new laptop anyway, so, may as well get a new one. Welcome everybody to Starry Eyed Tarot. It is good to see you. Yeah, not the traditional setup again today. But hopefully we will be back to normalcy soon. One second here. So hopefully the sound is probably better today with the iPad, which is what I am using. Clearly I'm a little nervous about just because I have such issues with OBS. So if anybody has any like secret knowledge of OBS, that would really help a girl out. Otherwise, I'm gonna, I have a friend who Jimmy rigs her phone and just goes from her phone. I could probably Jimmy rig my iPad so that it's showing the cards, but then my face wouldn't show. Things to decide upon, am I right? Did I just see Teresa? Hi, Teresa. As you can see, the setup that I had set up is no longer, is not viable right now, unfortunately. I knew I needed to get a new laptop, but didn't realize it would have to be so soon, unless I can kind of troubleshoot things tonight successfully. I'm hoping I can. I think it's salvageable. It's just I just need to get one program going, and I just don't know. Yeah, I basically use Firefox. That's the only browser that works in tandem with OBS on that laptop, and it's not opening up. It said it was problematic, it wouldn't open it up, so I tried to force it, and now it just won't download it at all. I deleted it. I shouldn't have done that. Won't let me download it at all now. So I don't know if there's like an alternative browser I could use. Yeah, I probably just need to clear a lot of space on my laptop. That's probably more the issue than anything. So all of my donation information can be found at the top of the chat. I just posted it. I am your friendly tarot reader for the evening or afternoon, morning, wherever. I don't know if it matters, but I use Chrome. The problem, I tried downloading Chrome and I couldn't even do that because my computer is super, super full. Yeah, we will talk later for sure. I am using the, hi Jeffrey, from the USA. Today I am using the Aquarian Tarot deck. This is one of my favorite decks. I love it. I know I say that about all of my decks, but it is definitely one of my favorites. I can answer any of your questions that you may have, of course, with the exception of medical and or legal questions. Those I cannot help you with. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. If that is something, that you are interested in, please let me know. Please do. Do I have my makeup on? I just noticed, oh, here we go. Yay, I do. I didn't do myself dirty there. There we go. Yeah, so I didn't get as stressed out as I thought I would about the technical snafu that I'm dealing with today, but it's happening. I anticipated it, so I guess that made things a little bit easier. As you can see, I do not have my posters or my artwork set up. I do have a piece of artwork here right next to me that I have not hanged yet, but this I think I'll have like behind me here. But this setup should not be going on for too long. Welcome, Sue. You know what? That's not really a question I feel is relevant to what I do here. Thank you very much for being here, though. So yes, I am a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. Another type of reading that I offer is my soulmate confirmation readings. Those can be done in a couple of different ways. Well, 2 different ways, yeah, a couple of different ways. I can ask directly. I can ask your spirit guides and your angels directly whether person in question in your life is indeed a soulmate, is supposed to be in your life, serves a purpose, or I can ask them conversely if the person, if they give their blessing towards this person who is in question in your life. I also have been studying past life regression therapy for many years now, and I developed a form of past life regression. And it involves tarot and my connection with spirit. Very fascinating, incredibly fascinating. I don't think I've ever given a past life reading that was not, and it's not all like, it's very gamut. It really runs, like, people's past lives really run the gamut in terms of fortune. I hate the term luck or the concept of luck, but definitely some like major variations there. I also provide, and this is at no additional donation amount, I do what some of my clients have referred to as my OG love reading, or I call it my thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread. It doesn't have to be, it's just well, first of all, it's just a suggestion for a romance question if you have a romantic question in mind. I have done this reading for not just romantic people, romantic partners, but also for people asking about coworkers, friends, family members, you name it, animals. And speaking of that, I also do animal energy readings as well. If that is something you're interested in, that's at no additional donation amount either. That's just a general reading. I also offer private readings. I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them by appointment only, you and me, one-on-one, and we ask as many questions as we need to for you and your situation, and you can give me any and all backstory and context that you need, that is necessary. And I'm happy to answer as many questions as you need, as much as time permits. And yeah, there's really no limit there, and it's just one-on-one, me and you and nobody else. So also there's matters of discretion there, of course, involved, that are beneficial, and the personalized aspect. I also offer them online, over Instagram. I do them over voice messages, over DMs. I also do them typed over email. So if that is something that you are interested in, please let me know. Sometimes I'm not online and people have a question. The return on that is at the very, very latest 24 hours. I can normally return to you within about 2 to 3 hours at the latest. But please attach your question to your donation. It's very, very frustrating. And if you want your question answered immediately, then it's frustrating. But if you want to wait until the next live stream, that's also a possibility as well. But yes, I also do them typed over email if I haven't mentioned that already. But so yeah, that is the spiel. Now what I've got to do, so the donation queue is currently open. Yes, the donation queue is open. So now I've got to find some way. Let's see, where is the camera here? Where's the camera at? I want to put something cute here because it's just a blank wall and that's no fun at all. Oh yeah, that'd be cute. This might work. And it might even help implement some stability. It might just be very, very blurry. Or nothing at all. Oh no, wait. If I had something here, yeah, no, I can do this. I can do this. If I had something, if I had, because that's not high enough, but I need something with a level surface. Oh, yeah, books. They should work. See, creative problem solving. That's what we're all about here. Okay. Hopefully this will work, y'all. And let's see. Yes, mama, look at that. Yes, queen, she did it. So at least we have a cute background for tonight. Holler. That's cute. Love that. Work. So yeah, the next person to make a donation will be next. Let's see. Oh, that's what I was forgetting to do. That's a lot better. Yeah, so next person will be next. Thank you very, very much. Hello, Tarot Destroyer. Welcome. I just realized that I totally misspelled the title of my video. Just one word, but that's the lack of beauty in using the iPad as opposed to my laptop setup. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. I hope you're doing well today, Tarot Destroyer. Divine timing. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. Let me just add you here. Okay. All right, love. So, you wanted to know, how does David think of and view me? What is your sign? He's just a friend and you're just curious. Okay, I can ask how he thinks about you. But I also have a spread where I ask what their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions are towards you, and then what your general energies are. If that might be too much for you, or like if it's too early on in the friendship and you just want to know what his thoughts are, we can do that. It's up to you. You're Capricorn and he is a Gemini. Okay. Okay. Um, did you just want to do how he thinks about you, or the thoughts, feelings, and intentions? Well, there's no donation amount. It's just a suggestion for a type of reading that I do. It's the same amount. It basically answers 3 questions in one. Um, but if this is a friend and you don't know them super well, it might be kind of hard to nail down what their intentions are. But if you have known them for a decent amount of time, it can, just do that. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Rhoda? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Rhoda? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Rhoda? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Rhoda? Angels, messengers, and spirit. What are David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Rhoda? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Rhoda? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Rhoda? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Rhoda? Angels, messengers, and spirit. David's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Rhoda. We have the Hanged Man, the Moon reversed, 8 of Wands, 4 of Cups reversed, and the Star reversed. So, okay, so how, I know you said that he's just a friend, but you're curious. So how long have the two of you been friends for? That I'm a little curious about. So we'll start with your general energies. We have the Hangman. I almost wonder if you've known him for a little while, but the friendship has kind of started blossoming somewhat recently. Because the Hangman is seeing somebody from a different perspective. So you have known him for a few years, okay. And have you been to know him a little better, like in more recent days? And I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, please, because you're here. But I feel like, yeah, like you've known him for a few years, but the way that you view him now is different. It's you're seeing him from a new point of view, perspective, and you're seeing him in a different way that you did in the past. And it's positive. It's definitely for the positive. Um, his general energies, though, we have the Star reversed. The Star is a symbol of hope. It's a symbol of flowing forth with one's energies, with one's emotions, with one's communication. And we have the Star reversed and we have the Moon reversed. With his thoughts, we have the Moon reversed. I get the sense that he is in the dark here with both the Star and the reverse. The Moon, whether it's upright or reversed, is always shrouded in darkness. Star reversed is definitely shrouded in darkness. And these, we're talking about his thoughts and his general energies right here, which is telling me that he doesn't have a very concept. You asked, actually, your first question that you came to me with was actually specifically how he thought about you and how he viewed you. And I think these two cards are very indicative of not having a very solid concept as to how he views you at this time. I would say that there's been a transition with the Star reversed. And with this, like, with these, like, inverted energies, it does call into question, you know, it calls into question the fact that he is assessing like how he does feel about you, how he does think about you. His feelings, we have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is all about communication. He's Gemini, so I know Geminis talk. They are the more talkative of the zodiac signs. And they're very communicative. And I do feel like he's enjoying the communication that the two of you share, the friendship that the two of you share, that the two of you share, and definitely wants to continue it. And I don't foresee any, like, rhythm changing in your guys' communication in the near future. That I don't see changing, because I do, with his intentions, we have the 4 of Cups reversed, which is a renewed sense of one's like view of somebody. And like I said, with the Moon reversed and the Star reversed, there's definitely something transitional going on here in terms of his views towards you. And the way that he felt towards you in the past, while it wasn't bad by any means, he's always been your friend. There is something that's changing here. And he is in the dark. Like I said, you know, Star reversed, the Moon reversed, those are cards of being in the dark. But that also, you know, just by reasoning that he's in a place where he he's at a time and a place where he is taking a step back and analyzing the friendship and the connection, and exactly where it's going to go, because the Eight of Wands is not just a card of messages and communication, it's also of action and next actions and the next step, the next episode, the next, foreseeable, leveling up, I suppose, of the connection. So there's definitely, yeah, it is interesting. It's very interesting. I wish I could tell you, I'll tell you straight up, the energies are, like I said, there's no desire. The fact that he is, I'll tell you this, if he wasn't thinking, if he wasn't taking a step back and assessing how he felt about you, I would be a little concerned. I'd be like, okay, so you're not on his mind, you're not, on his thoughts, but you are, and that tells me a lot. There is definitely a fondness that he has towards you, but he does want some clarity within himself when it comes to where he wants to see this go ultimately. And also, I just realized this with that Eight of Wands right there in the center, and with him being a Gemini, he very well might, again, I don't know how long the two of you have like started getting closer as friends. I know you've known one another for a few years. I don't know how long you guys have been growing your friendship without getting closer. But especially if it's around like, if this has been going on for around like month to 3 months, that would definitely that someone would be considering that. It just seems he's being more friendly. Yeah. I would definitely. Oh, that was it. Also, yeah, the Eight of Wands is also a card of action. It's not just communications, actions, next actions, and yeah, I also think he might communicate this directly with you, which a lot of guys don't. And some do. But I feel like he's pretty emotionally mature. He's pretty emotionally in tune with things, and that would definitely make sense. That resonates. It checks out with me that he's been friendlier towards you lately, because you're on his mind, and he ultimately wants to get to know more of you and get to know more of what this connection's potential is, not just in the short term, but in the long term, so this all looks good, Miss Rhoda. I like this energy, and yeah, if you're on his attention, if he's giving you attention, it's a good sign. Especially if those attentions have ramped up. It shows that, Geminis are in their heads a lot. The Knight of Swords shows that you're on his mind. So, well, thank you very, very much, love. I really appreciate you. Yeah, no, super sweet. I like this, and yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. I think this has a lot of good potential here. You're very welcome. You are very welcome. Thank you. And I hope that it gives just straight up real-time clarity, like starts a conversation. I know how communicative he is, but with that Eight of Wands and I'm just the energy I'm getting, it very well might happen. And then you will know, you'll know for sure where he stands. But thank you, love. I really appreciate you. All right, so the donation queue is back to being open. All my donation information can be found at the top of the chat. Again, I am a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. Thank you so much, Ro. Thank you. Yeah, I had some computer issues earlier that I need to work on tonight. And I think I'm gonna get some sushi for dinner because I've been craving sushi all day. And yeah, thank you so much. I also offer a soulmate confirmation reading as well as past life regression readings. Oops, didn't want to type that. And I also provide private readings. I provide them by appointment only. If you are interested in one of those, please message me over email or over DMs on my Instagram, and we can schedule that. Or I can do it at no additional cost over Instagram, over DMs, voice messages or DMs, or typed over email. Well, hello, Teresa. How are you, love? Yes, I'm gonna be on for about another 10 minutes or so. I was gonna say, yeah, you were just, I couldn't tell if you were online or not. For some reason, it looked like there were two links. And I clicked on one and it said that you were going live today, but it was already at that time. I don't even know. I should have done a screenshot to explain what I'm talking about. Um, but how was your live stream, love? It was good once I figured out what I was doing wrong. Girl, yeah, we gotta talk about that. It's so something I don't even want to deal with tonight. And I'm probably not going to. I've got to get to bed early tonight. Um, what time even is it right now? And I still want to get some dinner tonight. She's taking a break. Who's she? Me? No, I'm not taking a break. I'm here. What's up, B? It was good one to. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So what were you doing wrong, Teresa? So it's 6:30. I can still get my sushi on. It's my goal for tonight. I just want some sushi. Somehow I was logged into a YouTube channel that I don't use. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Then you didn't have any sound. Oh no. Well, that was the issue that I was facing. I didn't go on last night. I went on the night before. But that was the issue I was facing last night. And I have to use the only browser I can use is Firefox, and now I deleted it and I can't download it again on my laptop. So I don't know. I mean, I need a new laptop anyway, so I'm not bothered with getting a new one. I had to get one anyway. But I don't know if that's going to be the solution. That's the problem. I mean, I need, like, okay, yeah, I need a laptop anyway, but I use so infrequently, TBQH. I really just use it for this. So if getting a new laptop is not going to solve my problem here, that's going to be a problem for me, at least. Um, I think that problem. I really do. I really do. It's been a while. And I switched cameras but forgot to plug the camera into my computer. You could just stream your temporarily. I thought about that. But the problem is this, love. The problem is I know I could use StreamYard, but I can't. The only browser that I have on StreamYard? You've used it? The problem I have is I can right at this time, like at this moment as we speak, I can only use Safari. That's the only browser I can use for whatever reason. Well, because there's too much. I don't have enough space on my laptop. I had Firefox up until today. It was working fine. It was the only thing. That's the problem. Is OBS is fine. Yeah, OBS is not even a problem actually. Um, it's the browser issue, and I was trying to troubleshoot it for like a good 40 minutes, and then I just kind of gave up. I was like, actually, I'm just going to go on my iPad, which always has interesting results. um I predict it will have a heat stream. What's a heat stream? I don't know what that is. A heat stream. Yeah. So, I've just got to figure out how to. I do, and I only use Macs, and I've like my phone, my iPad, my the trifecta, um, all my files. It's what I'm used to. Um, and I already have my eye on some different ones that I'm interested in. But yeah, again, I just don't know if it's going to solve I'm pretty sure it'll solve the problem. I'm pretty sure, but I also am pretty sure I'm going to have to do some research when it comes to OBS operations, because it's a complicated. It is a rather complicated program. It's great because it's very highly specified. You can really modify it to one's own specifications. Apparently more than StreamYard. I haven't really not too familiar with StreamYard. But it's difficult to. Well, you use OBS too. Right? No, it's I didn't set anything up with my OBS, so I've kind of got to like learn this stuff myself. Which I can. I'm a smart girl. I can figure it out. I just get frustrated and I really want to learn sometimes, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I just saw a message that says updates for Firefox on Mac is no longer going to be supported. Oh, then that's what happened. Yeah, because I can't even find it in like the App Store. I can't download it to save my life. Yeah, so I switched to OBS because it's free. Oh, StreamYard's not free? How much is it? Yeah, OBS is totally free. Love that. That's great. I did not. Oh, isn't there like a limit on how much you can like only like stream 3 times a week? I'd have an issue with that. I mean, depending obviously on how busy I am, but there's a limit, right? 20 hours a month for free. I don't. Yeah. I go on for more than 20 hours a month? I just heard like you sure do in my brain. Yeah. And it's like 49 a month. 49 a month? That seems a little ridiculous. Didn't expect it to be that high. I was expecting maybe 20. 50 is a little ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, so I like OBS. Now that I know that I do like OBS. It is a more sophisticated program. I'm just not sophisticated when it comes to technology. I am a Luddite. The same thing I read says to update your Mac software. I believe I have. Maybe I haven't. I still don't think that'll help. I think I just need a new laptop. I've known this for a while. This is an old laptop. In fact, I didn't even know if it was still working, to be honest. I hadn't used it in a few months, and I wasn't sure if it was still even working. It was, hallelujah, but I mean, it was on its last legs with the whole precarious Firefox only situation thing. Little weird. Not weird, just was it a telltale sign? No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Teresa. I am gonna double check to make sure I updated everything. But it seems like the wall I keep running into is your computer's too old and too crazy full to download a new browser. So I'm like, okay, I need a new laptop. I just need to make sure, like, the one I get is going to be chill and is going to, like, just solve the problem. The issue. It's not a problem, it's an issue. I'm glad I have the iPad in the meantime. Thank God. That would be problematic. iPad is strange. iPad is strange. The non-OBS, non-StreamYard, YouTube direct format is interesting. There's some pros, some cons. Usually new people, sometimes some extremely slow nights, sometimes some nights where it doesn't get popping until like the 2 hour mark. That's why I'm sitting around. Well, not sitting around doing other things, but until you came on and I said hello to you. No, I've got plenty of things I need to do, but as well just have this open. Because I've definitely had, especially when I'm doing the vertical format on iPad, on my iPad, a lot of new folks come on. A lot of new folks usually come on. Not so much tonight, but we accept. That's fine. What? Oh yeah. Yeah. I will be on tomorrow. Doubtful that I will be back to my cool setup that I had all set up. I just moved in and everything. I need to find out how to put a picture like you have right now. I wish OBS would ping or something when someone comes on. This is very, girl, this is so, all this is my camera. This is my hand. This is just a box. This isn't even a photograph. This is just an actual box of the tarot deck. Yeah. I keep it old school. I know there's a way to add images onto OBS. I believe it's through scenes. Like I have that, like watermark image. Marissa is here. Hi, Marissa. Thank you so much for your donation. Yeah, Marissa made a donation yesterday. Wow, girl, you're like Indiana Jones. You like, and I was almost going to sign off just now. Okay. Marissa, you donated for, was it 2 questions? Or did you have a 10 card reading? Yeah, I would you like a 10 card reading, or did you have 2 questions left? Marissa girl, are you there? Marissa, I can only wait for so long. As I mentioned, you came in just at the last minute. It's been about 2 minutes since you came in. I can wait a few more minutes. Marissa, please come to the chat. Thank you. Marissa, girl, you there? Marissa, it's been almost 5 minutes now. Okay, yeah, it's been 5 minutes. To be fair, I will do a last call for donations. I wasn't initially going to, but it's also a last call for Marissa. That way I gave her 8 minutes to come to the chat. I was about to sign out. But we will do one last call for Marissa this evening. Marissa, if you want your question answered this evening and you end up missing the live stream, I am more than happy to give you an audio reading over Instagram, messages, or typed over email, or I will be on again tomorrow. But please get that, and yeah, if anyone has any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I am signing off for the evening. Thank you. Hi, Michael Drexler. Welcome. It's last call for all donations, so if you have a question that you would like answered tonight, now would be the time. to send your donation. Thank you. All right. It looks like everyone is taken care of. Marissa, like I said, I can't answer your question for you offline over Instagram or typed over email. I am signing off for tonight. I will be back on tomorrow. Thank you all so much. Bye.